I gave a letter to the postman. He put it in his sack. Bright and early next morning, he brought my letter back. She wrote upon it, return to sender, address unknown, no such number, no such zone. We had a quarrel, a lover's spat. I'm sorry, but my letter keeps coming back. The U.S. mail. There are not enough songs about the U.S. mail. So then I dropped it in the mail. So then I dropped it in the mailbox and sent a special D. Bright and early next morning, it came right back to me. She wrote upon it, return to sender, address unknown, no such number, no such zone. All right, good evening. All right. Buonasera, buonasera. I just thought of this song and I had to just look it up and give it a whirl, even though it's deep in the memory banks. I think it's a mid-50s thing. This time I'm going to take it myself and put it right in her hand. And if it comes back the very next day, then I'll understand the writing on it. Return to sender. No such person, no such zone. I gave a letter to the postman. He put it in his sack. I mean, we're in such antiquated territory here with all what's going on in this song. We might as well be in Pompeii, covered in ash and mud. But to the postman, he put it in his sack. Bright and early next morning, he brought my letter back. She wrote upon it, return to sender, address unknown. She had a very deep voice. No such number, no such zone. We had a quarrel, a lover's spat. All right, I'm sorry, but my letter keeps coming back. I had a good time watching. There was a bit on Jimmy Kimmel the other night, where they got some people out on Hollywood Boulevard to attempt to write an address and stamp a letter, and no one in their 20s could do it. They didn't know where the stamp went, where the address went, what information you had to put. It was pretty extraordinary. I mean, it's not all that surprising, but yeah, it's technology that's faded. God kväll, trevligt att se dig ikväll. Thank you, T. Swanson. It's 3 a.m. in Stockholm. I think that's what we're looking at there. Some comments. Good evening. This is the nosho. The nosho happens every night at 9 p.m. in New York and at 3 a.m. in Stockholm and at noon in Sydney and at 2 p.m. in New Zealand, I think. Does that make sense? I don't know. Well, I made it back to New York. My God. Connecticut is a wide state. There's all sorts of weird things about that state, Connecticut. But it's very wide. If you're going between Cape Cod and Brooklyn, you're spending a lot of time in Connecticut, back and forth, back and forth. I sent a letter to home. What's up? Hey, Honolulu. Hello, Hawaii or Maui. Nice to see. Nice to see you. Is it a new ukulele? It's not a new ukulele. I have two of them. This is the first one I got back on like December 22nd, and it's made by Mahalo, which is thank you in Hawaiian. Mahalo. And I got it at a little music store on Cape Cod, Mike's Music. And then, since I was in New York, I thought, you know what, I need another one of these because I have to have one down here. So I went to the local Main Drag Music, it's called. It's an old-timey, really cool New York guitar store. It used to be an enormous place. They downsized, but he had a rack of old ukuleles. So I bought one there. And that one was tricky. That one, it's an antique. It's more like from the 40s, I think. And it required a little bit of this and that, a little tinkering from some professionals to get it to stay tuned. Return to sender. Address unknown. I got off the highway. My bladder was demanding it. I got off the highway in a place called New Lyme, Connecticut. It was just happenstance that I got off there today. And I drove around a little bit looking for a Dunkin' Donuts, which didn't exist apparently. So, Mr. Buttigieg, this is a message for Pete Buttigieg. I know you have very important things on your plate, like the collapse of a massive bridge in the Baltimore port and shoring up the infrastructure in our collapsing and degrading country. I know, Mr. Buttigieg, that all of that is important. But here's something that you really got to put on the list and put it at the top of the list, my friend, Mr. Buttigieg. When there's a sign on the highway that says exit here for coffee or gas or a donut, and you get off the highway and you start following and then it's not there, that's unacceptable. That's mixed signals. That's confusing. That's like gaslighting. You're gaslighting the motorists. We want to know with confidence. I mean, sometimes you get off and it says like gas 0.2 miles that way. That's the kind of detail that we need. But what I think we really need, Pete, here's what we need. We need the sign on the highway telling you how far off the highway the thing is that you're looking for, so that you can make a decision. You can Cameo. Gordon wants, come up here. Come up. He's sniffing around. He needs something new to read. Hey, Gordon wants. I think this is the first time he's made an appearance there. Buddy, you want to say something to the audience? Do you want to say something? I had a little to the postman. Come up. Gordon, come up. Come say hi. Oh, there's a big boy. Notice the shag carpet. We ordered that special. The shag carpet. This is hair that I covet this. I covet this hair. Look at those bangs. Yeah, so, oh, thank you. By the way, this is available in the store. If you scroll down, you'll see a store where you can buy merch. Gornamont's hair tonic. It comes, you unscrew the bottle, and when you pull it out, instead of a brush, it's a tongue. And it's like a pomade. It's a sort of a tincture. It's a tincture mixed with a pomade, mixed with an unguent. Is that a word? An unguent. And you slather it on using the tongue that comes in the bottle. And it does wonders for you. It won't regrow your hair, but it will feel great, the application. Gornamont's, if anyone is wondering, that dog who just made an appearance, he was a pandemic puppy. His mother is a poodle, a gray poodle. She's let's just say she likes the guys. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to denigrate her. She's comfortable with her sexuality. Let's just put it that way. And her dad his dad is a Doberman, and he's a shy guy. He wasn't gonna that Doberman. It wasn't gonna happen for him unless he met an outgoing poodle. So it was a match. It was a match during the pandemic. They were both staying. They happened to be at the same doggy daycare, and the owner of the doggy daycare, wonderful woman named Judith, she left out a bottle of Chivas Beagle. Yes, Chivas Beagle, and the poodle and the Doberman got into it, and then they got into the back seat of I believe it was a Hyundai. A Hyundai. It might have been a Chevy Nova. It was a family van. In any case, the litter, and we found the litter. Well, Kirsten found the litter in a local paper, an actual paper, and we're blessed. He's an incredible dog, and we love him. But just now, he really got into it with someone on the sidewalk. And then I get into it. I don't know how to behave. I need to be sent to obedience school. If you don't know me by now, you will never, never know. If you don't know me or love me, I don't know. I don't know that song. That's a good one. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I pray. Chevy Nova. Yes. Oh, Dave, the Philadelphia Sound. All right. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole world in his hands. He has deformed hands. Those are some enormous hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hands. He's got the little bitty baby in his hands. Little baby. He's got a baby in his hands. What is going on in this song? He's got you and me, sister, in his hands. He got you and me, sister, in his... David, I was thinking the exact same thing. He has acromegaly of the appendages. I have a joke on my comedy album about this song, weirdly. I'm going to share it with you. The joke is that I find that song, he's got the whole world in his hand, creepy. He's got the whole world in his hand. What's he doing with the other hand? Now, that joke hinges on the idea that the lyric is in his hand, not in his hands. And when I looked it up, when I was writing that joke, in fact, it is originally hand. He's got the whole world in his hand. One hand. The other hand, he's driving. The other hand, he's smoking. And he's eating a sandwich. And he's on the phone. And he's changing lanes. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He got you and me, brother, he got the whole world in his hands. Oh my God. I guess does he have the baby Jesus in his hand, or is it Jesus? Who's in this? I don't know what's going on. Gornamont's brought me his moon ball. We're going to throw him the moon ball. There you go. And he caught it. You have to take my word for it that he caught it. I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I've plenty of. Oh, so let me tell you what happened out on the street. It happened twice today. So when I was leaving Massachusetts, loaded up the car this morning, put the dogs in the car, went right to the beach, jumped in the water, had a nice swim, nice chilly little swim, not too long, was leaving the beach with the dogs. Gornamonts barks at a lady. He had met some people on the beach, some Jack Russells, all sorts of things. It was all very friendly and gemütlich. Everyone was having a nice old time. Leaving the beach, a woman's arriving on the beach, putting on her coat. What triggered Gornamonts? What triggered you? Was it the way she was putting her coat on? Was it something? Did he sense something inside her? What was there a ghost? I don't know what happened. But he barked. He gave her a. He's harmless. He's basically a vegan. But she was a little rattled, and she said you should have your dog on a leash. So I apologized. And then just now, when I was giving them their little walk before the show, some woman walks up behind him, and he growls at her, and he has to stop doing that. But I don't know. And then I react badly because I feel bad that he makes the other people feel bad, and then I get defensive. I need. What? All vegans harmless? Richard, good question. Oh, I just meant that he wasn't going to eat the woman. So she didn't really have to fear. Although I guess a vegan could bite a person. I don't know. There was that guy who was the COO of Beyond Burger who bit someone at a football game. So I guess that can happen. Should I capitalize the E? Good question, David. Maybe I should. And now that I'm seeing it, that the kind of purple, which I really like purple, but the purple and that red on the live, the purple and the red don't really go together. So maybe I need to think about that. All right. My God, people, I have driven through Connecticut so many times since March of 2020. We fled up there right when the pandemic started. We drove up, stayed there for a while. Then I started going back and forth a lot. It's a long drive. It's 292 miles. There's a lot of songs about love. Every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? You'll find your fortune falling all over town. Be sure that your umbrella is upside down. Trade them for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you must have showers. So when you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. So when you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. Exactly, David. You read my mind. Who needs a penny? This song needs an update. This song has not kept pace with cost of living increases. A penny. This is a penny in 1936. A penny in 1926. There have to be like quarters from heaven. There's a guy named Jack Hardy in Cambridge, Mass. Back in the late 80s. A folk singer named Jack Hardy. And Jack Hardy was a singer-songwriter, and you would see him playing, like busking. And actually, Tracy Chapman was there at that point also. I never saw her, but she was there. And someone, oh, that reminds me. Please, if you're watching this show, I would love it if you would suggest a song that you'd like me to sing on the show. And I'm keeping a list, and I'm working on them, and I'm getting to them slowly. So please keep doing that. So someone suggested Tracy Chapman, so I'm going to look like that. Oh, Bitcoin from hell. That's funny. Pennies from heaven, Bitcoin from hell. Nice one, Nancy. So Jack Hardy had a song that involved a rhyme about dropping a dime on someone. But by the time I heard him perform it in the early 90s, he paused, I think, or in his patter before the song, he explained that he changed it to a quarter. So he was updating the currency in his song, which I appreciated. I wonder if Jack Hardy's still singing and making music. He was great. Every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? You'll find your fortune falling all over town. Be sure that your umbrella is upside down. Trade them for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you must have showers. So when you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. Yeah, it's nice that what is that song about? Silver linings. Bad things happen, bad things feel like they're happening. Storm clouds are gathering, but maybe there's something good. Maybe there's something good in there. What is that? What is that frame of mind? It's an illusion, it's faith, it's hope. It's necessary to live. You got to just keep going. You can keep going by putting your head in the sand, or like doing one of these. You know, you can walk around like that. That's an option. But you can also just keep going with the. You can almost have an intentional illusion. You can cultivate an attitude of gratitude. No, that's not what I'm saying. You can cultivate an optimism, even if you're constitutionally not optimistic. As my alter ego, Dr. Benjamin, explains in Today Is Now, the satirical self-help book, depression is accurate. That's what he says. Pessimism is accurate. Things do go very badly. Things go badly. Bad guys get away with it. People die. Everything breaks down. We all fall apart. We all disappear for eternity. Those are just the facts. That doesn't mean you have to go around thinking about that and being pessimistic. You can, in spite of all of those horrible facts, you can just look at the clouds and say, pennies from heaven. I mean, we know it's Bobomyces. We know that it is malarkey. But why not? Why the hell not? I think that's what music is. Isn't that what all of art is? Art, any expression, any fun, and any entertainment, that's all it is. It's just a way of saying, look, we have mud. Let's make a sculpture out of it. We have dung. Let's make a roof out of it. We have, I don't know. That's that thing, the lotus flower. They say it grows in the mud. That's a thing. When Mercury is in retrograde, things do go bad. Poop roof. Yes, the poop roof. When Mercury is in retrograde, I was just talking to someone. Was that you? I was talking in the comments. Please, by the way, please leave a comment. Please leave a suggestion. Leave an idea. I'm so happy during the day to be engaging with people who are watching the show. It's just really fun to answer questions or bat around ideas. Please leave me a comment. And if you want to email me also, you can do that at ehbase@gmail.com. ehbase@gmail.com. But last night I was hunting for a word, and it was reactionary. The word I was hunting for was reactionary. When I was talking about like atavistic, reactionary, but I was also thinking of the word retrograde. And here's someone put the word retrograde in there. I wonder if that was the same person or if it was... Yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby now. Yes, ma'am, we've decided. No, ma'am, we won't hide it. Yes, ma'am, you're invited now. By the way, when we reach the preacher, we'll say, oh, it's a wedding song. Yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby now. Walter Donaldson, Gus Kahn. Yes, sir, that's my baby. Oh, that's the song. Always look on the bright side. There it is. Oh, on the subject of retrograde, someone had a broken toilet yesterday. It cost a couple of $100. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. Yes, sir, that's my baby. That's from 1925. That's a 99-year-old song, and the Roaring Twenties. That feels like that. It feels like, hey, we're having a good time. All right. Look on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Look on the sunny side of life. It will look for the silver lining where a cloud appears in the blue. Remember somewhere. Hey, have you prescribed to me? You got to prescribe. Hit the prescribe. Hit the prescription button. Hit the prescription button and I'll send you some narcotics. Hit the prescription button, and depending on what state you live in, I'll send you some mifepristone. Oh, Jesus, it went out of tune. I think it is that A string that. Look for the silver lining whene'er a cloud appears in the blue. Remember somewhere the sun is shining, and so the right thing to do is make it shine for you. A heart full of joy and gladness will always banish sadness and strife. So always look for the silver lining and try to find the sunny side of life. A heart full of joy and gladness will always banish sadness and strife. So always look for the silver lining and try to find the sunny side of life. It's a little bit of a melancholy undertone there. What is that? That's the songwriter admitting that the reason you have to be looking for the sunny side of life is because there is sadness and strife. That's what life is. Life has all that mud. You got to look for the lotus. There's a lot of sadness and strife and regret and second guessing, and then you got to make an effort. I think that's what we've learned this evening. All right. Thank you for tuning in. This is the nosho. The nosho happens every night at 3 a.m. in Stockholm, Sweden, or 9 p.m. here in New York, if that's where you are. It also happens at 7 p.m. in the Rocky Mountains. 7 p.m. in the Rocky Mountains. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. You know, they say, yeah, RJ, we need the positivity. It's easier said than done. I mean, I was out there having sadness and strife and regret just from a little interaction over my dog barking at someone. Just feeling like, why is it? It's hard. It's not an easy planet that we've landed on. And this is when we're in the midst of there's so many people in so many places that are really suffering in the most severe ways. So, David asks, okay, good night, Richard. Thank you so much. David asks, can I share some thoughts on chiropractic bone manipulation? So, the art of chiropractory, or chiropraction, or chiropraxis, as it was originally known in ancient Greece, it was actually developed originally by a veterinarian. So, in fact, a veterinarian with a specialty in the ibex. The ibex. I know the ibex, we know it today as an African deer, but the ibex to which I'm referring is the ancient Greek stork. And there was a veterinarian who had one of those large non-flying birds in his garden, and he just spent a lot of time petting the bird and then manipulating the small bones in the wings known as the phalanges. And it was through the work with that bird in ancient, it wasn't really Greece, it was Crete. So there on the island of Crete, chiropraxis was born. And the phalanges, the bones in the bird's wing are actually homologous structures to the bones in our human fingers. And that's why the stuff that he invented actually works to this day. So go to a chiropractor and but don't let them manipulate you. Those guys can be kind of manipulative. Me. Is chiropraxis safe? I think it's safe for the bird. Yeah. It's not safe for humans. Chiropraxis is very safe for the chiropractor. Is it safe? Is it safe? That's Marathon Man. No, I think it is safe. But here's what happened. I once went to one of these guys. My ex-girlfriend took a workshop with this particular chiropractor. And then she thought he was great. So she sent me to him for a session. And I said to him at the beginning, I'm not going to name this guy, but I was rip shit angry. Because I said, one rule, do whatever you want, but do not mess with my neck, because my neck can get a little fakakt. I sit down, I lie down, he yanks on my neck. I was about to murder him. Yeah, I'm going to agree with. I was going to agree with RJ, which is it really just depends on the practitioner. Is psychoanalysis safe? If you have a good psychoanalyst, is root canal safe? If you have a good root doctor, yeah. Is plumbing safe? If you have a good plumber. Otherwise, it's all about the personal recommendation, not Yelp. Okay. I'm here every night, always. Oh, there's another C. I'm here every night, always. Every night at 9, always. When you're out of wine, all day long you're crying. I'm still here at 9, always, always. If your rent is late, always. You can't find a date, always. I'll be here at 6 if you're in LA. Otherwise it's 9 and always. All right, I'm here every night at 9. Please join me always. That's the outro, and that is Irving Berlin. I think we said it's 1925. Irving Berlin, always. I'm here always. And after the show, this is the nosho, and after the nosho, please come over to Instagram Live for a few minutes, and I will join you for the Mo Show. The Mo Show. A little Mo Show starting in a minute. Okay. Good night. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, David. Thanks for, you say thanks for lighting up the room. It's my pleasure. Thank you for lighting up my room. Please share this with the ones you love. Share this with even the ones you just kind of like. All right. Good night, y'all. Thank you.